Well, speaking of movies, I want to get into this. Not a horror movie, but the MCU, okay? So we played this a couple times before. It's called Inappropriate Stan Lee Cameos.
Yes.
Now, we love it when Stan Lee used to be on these MCU shows and movies and stuff, and he would pop up and we get that good warm feeling, and it's always just adorable and awesome. And but what if we like playing the devil's advocate? What if Kevin Feige and the directors and the writers were just like, you know what, we just have the worst idea and we don't realize it, but we're gonna make poor Stan Lee do this shit. So we're gonna come up with our own ideas. And in the past, we've done Phase 1 movies. You can find that on 359. And we did Phase 2 movies. You can find that on 371, episode 371. So we're going to get into, and geez, Phase 3 has like 11 movies. So we're just going to do the first 5. We're not going to get into all of them. So the first movie is Captain America Civil War. And the actual cameo is, Rhodey and Tony are going over Rhodey's new robot legs. And and then
are you Tony Stank?
Yeah, one of his better cameos. That's I love that one a lot.
Yeah.
And and it just cheers up Rhodey, and I love Rhodey, so I didn't like seeing him sad, so I'm glad that cheered up Rhodey too. So
he's still crippled, but he got a chuckle.
Yeah, but he's happy though. You can forget a lot when you're laughing. All right.
Yeah.
You can forget a lot. So what do you got, man? Do you want to go first? What you
my
think?
first thought is maybe in the big airport battle, he could just for a second when Black Panther's fighting Hawkeye. My name's Clint. I don't think we've met. I don't care.
Yeah.
Maybe just for a second. I know my Black Panther is very Dracula. I don't care. Blah,
care.
Blah. I'm a Black Panther.
My name is T'Challa.
I come from Wakanda. Blah, blah, blah. But what I think might be funny is if just for a second he pulls off the mask and it's Stan Lee. It's like, I'm Black Panther. And then the real Black Panther pushes him aside and starts fighting Hawkeye.
Hello, it's me, Black Panther.
Black Panther.
Get out of here.
Black Panther just punches him.
No, I'm Black Panther. That's good. I like that. Just he peeks his mask up just a hair. You can barely see the glasses.
I think he take the whole thing off.
Oh, okay.
It's just like there's no use even trying to hide it. Like,
yeah.
And Clint kind of looks at him for just a second, like, huh? And the Black Panther just punches him out of the frame. You never see him again. Everything else in the movie goes as normal.
Right. I like that one. My idea is when they go to Queens for Tony's meeting up with Spider-Man. So here's the scene. Spider-Man pops in and you see Aunt May talking with Tony, but in the background, in the background, you just see a half mummified Uncle Ben sitting on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Stan Lee. That's Stan Lee. He's Uncle Ben, but he died a couple months ago and he's just kind of a corpse in the background.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah. And I like that.
Why are you doing this? Anyone in your family died? No. They're all fine. Why?
Throw a blanket real quick.
He's like, shut up.
Yeah.
His uncle's still alive.
Although I do have this funny image of he's just out in the open, and the whole time Aunt May and Tony are just flirt, like, oh,
nobody says anything about it.
Right, and he's just sitting there.
I honestly kind of like that.
Yeah.
Nobody says a word. He's just there.
His eyes are all sunken in. His skin's real tight. And because it's been 3 months, but he's still he's not decomposing.
He's at the point where he stinks. I mean, he's just completely dried out.
Right. He's just like a potato chip at that point. Yeah. So Doctor Strange is the next one, and it's real quick, but Stan Lee is just sitting on a bus reading a book. Something related with time or dimensions or something like that.
Yeah.
And but which is great because he's just sitting there. He's like laughing. He's just like ha, whatever this book's about. But it seems like it's a real intellectual book. So that's all.
I know there was one. I think it's Captain Marvel. I could be wrong about this because Captain Marvel takes place in the past.
95.
I know there's one where he's reading the script for Mallrats.
Oh yes, yeah.
And that must be Captain Marvel because
I think
Strange is modern. Yeah.
Yeah.
because Kevin Smith pointed it out because they didn't even tell him they were going to do that.
I know.
Which I thought was
know.
cool. What a great fucking treat to go to see a movie and see one of your idols reading one of your scripts. Timeline of Captain Marvel. That was right around the time Kevin Smith was making Mallrats, and Stan Lee's in Mallrats.
Yes.
He's just reading it and chuckling, and I can't imagine what that must have felt like.
Oh, it's such an honor. I don't know if Kevin Smith cried or not. Just kidding. Of course he did.
Yeah, of course he did.
But yeah,
he cries when he takes a good shit. He cries.
yeah. But that's a really nice touch.
My first thought for a Stan Lee cameo in Doctor Strange is he needs to be in one of Doctor Strange's cabinets. Like, they go to the Sanctum Sanctorum and there's all those artifacts, all those magical artifacts. Maybe even he could start to touch it. Somebody would be like, don't touch that. It's the Stan Lee.
Right. Yeah, he's going around. He's like, what's this? That's the staff of whatever. What's this? Oh, that's the cape of whatever. What's this? This is Stan Lee, and it's him. And he's got like ruin, engravings all over his face and stuff. And
he's trying to talk, but you can't hear him.
Yeah. What would the power of the Stanley be?
They never explain it. There's like, if you touch it, the universe will implode.
Why did you make this? Why is this here?
Oh, we just kind of found it on the street.
We just protected everybody from it. I like that. There's all this. I kind of had this idea of when the world is all morphing and bending. Everybody in the real world has no idea that the world's morphing and bending and stuff. But what if there was a Stan Lee? He wasn't really a part of it, and he just kind of falls out a window, and you just see him in the background.
Going from one window into another. Like once the buildings are kind of on top of each other, just in the background. Yeah. That's it. Well, nobody acknowledges it. They just keep fighting.
But it's also kind of like the Scooby-Doo bit where they, going from door to door,
Yeah, but he's falling. Like, it's not like he's voluntarily doing this. He's being flung around.
But he's just like, oh my God, no, not again. And he's like,
there's like all of our new Stan Lee cameos involve him getting hurt or being a sexual deviant of some kind.
Yeah. They don't really relate at all to the movie itself. It's just, he's a weirdo.
Dirty old people getting hurt is funny. I just can't say it's not.
Yeah. I also kind of had the idea of the very first time Doctor Strange says his name, well, I'm Doctor Strange. You just hear, well, that's a coincidence. I'm a strange doctor too.
Yeah.
And then him explaining something weird that he does.
I just do breast augmentation.
Yeah.
Even if they don't want
it. Right. When I do liposuction, I just take it from one part of the body and I sneak it into another part.
Even if they didn't come in for liposuction or breast augmentation.
Right.
I just like sucking things and filling other things.
Usually just the left one. They're not
Make
equal.
it real big.
They're real big. I take it out of one boob and I put it in the other. Yeah, talk about a strange doctor. It's me.
Yeah, I like that.
That's pretty funny. All right, next up, Guardians of the Galaxy Part 2. So the real one.
Is this the one where he's the Watcher?
It is. Yeah.
Okay.
Where he's sitting there and he's like, well, before we were so rudely interrupted. That was the time I was a federal...
I love that they did that. They made him a Watcher, but also it kind of doesn't make sense. Because if he's a Watcher, he's not a guy in a spacesuit. Unless the Watchers sent him down as all these other things to report back to them. That's the only thing that makes that make sense. But I was so happy they did that. Because, continuity is a big deal to me.
Yeah.
Like, I love Don Cheadle. But if there was any way for them to have kept Terrence Howard, I would have loved it. Because I'm just like, I want continuity.
Yeah,
but
I hear you.
It was great that they explained
why
Stan Lee
he's
was
doing
in
all
these
stuff.
Different characters.
Yeah. And yeah, it's kind of beautiful. It's kind of beautiful that they did that.
Well, there is that moment when Kurt Russell shows Star-Lord those really cool, like porcelain-looking images of all the women he'd had sex with.
Right.
And in one of them is just you can see Stan Lee behind him with a pair of binoculars. It's like, I knew that guy was there. I thought I'd give him some fun.
Okay. I thought he was just gonna and then there was this woman with the snake hair, and then Stan Lee and him are making out, but he doesn't bring it up. He just quickly goes to the next one,
Yeah, he just goes, ooh, just moves along. Almost like you're swiping through your phone and you encounter a picture you forgot you took, and you're just like, oh.
Oh boy. And then he's like, wait, Ego, what was that last one?
No, moving on.
Moving on to this one. This lady looks like a fish person, right? Look at her, but she's sexy, right? No, yeah, but wasn't that an old man earlier?
No, 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 no. Hey, that's when I learned that all women on Earth don't look like old men. I was wondering why I couldn't get her pregnant.
I was trying.
I was trying hard.
Yep. I like that, yeah. But him just peeping every time it flashes, like the snake lady.
Yeah, he's always there.
He's just always like, oh.
The last thing he was getting ready to tell the watchers was, and I watched a lot of sex.
I watched a deity have sex with a lot of ladies.
I peeped a lot.
The watchers.
That's when the watchers turn and walk away from him.
Right, right.
Wasn't it? They just kind of turn and leave him there.
Yeah. Where are you going?
It's like, ugh.
Let me tell you about the time I peeped on a green skin lady. Why don't you want to hear about that? Anyway, I was thinking to make it relate to the movie, let's try to make it relate specifically to Guardians. There's this character Mantis who helps Ego go to sleep. Well, Stan Lee, he's like a new character that helps Ego wake up,
Wake up! Seems like it's going to be real. Like he's the only one that can do it. I can put them to sleep, but he has to wake them up. Wake up! Get up! Come on!
Wake up!
Couldn't anyone else have done that? No.
He's got the perfect pitch, the perfect loudness, the perfect voice.
You try it. Go to sleep right now.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Wake up! Get up! Come on!
Oh God! Oh! I thought that was the fire alarm. Oh my gosh!
He brings people out of comas.
Yeah. Wake up! Only issue is he just says it all the time. So I need to put him asleep before I can put Ego asleep.
I'm not even sure he's actually saying words. It could just be sounds that I've, in my mind, have made sound like wake up. It could just be. I
think he might just be like a chicken man
I think he's a bird.
He's a bird character. He's a bird creature. Oh my gosh.
Even though he doesn't look like one. Then Ego walks in and goes, "Hey, I know him." Oh.
Yeah.
Wasn't even a human. I was fucking a bird.
Oh. You're blending them together. I got you. Yeah, Ego's like, this is that one from the porcelain thing. He just didn't ever leave.
Not one of my. I created a planet, but I gotta admit, this is not my proudest moment.
Yeah. I'm also picturing Ego, like you say, he's a planet. He created a planet. Maybe Stan Lee is like a little minor celestial, and he just created a moon, and he's just like that neighbor who won't leave. He was like, "Hey, I'm hanging out with you. What's going on?"
Oh, just, finishing up my planet.
Well, you should have just did a moon like me. I'm already done. And it's just Stanley's face on a moon just circling him.
Yeah, no, I just figured I could use some company while I do this. You're kind of like my Wilson in Home Improvement, but I'm starting to regret it.
Nah, best friend, we're in this. We're good. You want some of me to help you finish you?
What does that mean?
Well, I made a moon out of me. Maybe you need some of me to help finish.
Go on, grab some. Stick your hand in it.
Go on, get you a handful. I'll go ahead and do it for you. I'll do it. And he just starts throwing gobs of whatever he is.
I didn't create you to do this. What is this shit? I don't know. It came out of me.
Yeah. There you go. I'd watch that movie. That's a little more. That's an extended cameo, but that's pretty good.
Well, it could just be a prequel.
Oh yeah,
the Guardians aren't even in it.
Stan and Ego
trying to make the planet.
Right. Well, then hell yeah, I'd watch the heck out of that.
Oh yeah.
And he'd have to die at the end because he's not in this movie. So he'd
Oh, I think we know how he would die. Ego's just like, this was a huge mistake.
Right.
And just snaps him out of existence.
Yeah. He's just bones. No, he's just bones. All right, next up, we've got Spider-Man Homecoming. So the actual one was that montage of Spider-Man trying to do good,
That's right.
And he tries to hey, you're stealing a car, and he hits him with the webs, and the car alarm goes off, and all the neighbors just get upset.
And he's one of the neighbors, and he talks to the woman across the way from his apartment. And I would like to propose keeping that cameo, just having him play it a little bit differently. He should play it as a stereotypical angry Italian guy. Hey, what's the matter you down there? Hey!
He's just way over the top.
Oh, yeah.
Throwing...
Like, insulting. To the point where anyone of any Italian-American descent in the theater left.
Oh, yeah. It's a completely...
I'm making a couple.
Yeah, it's a mockery of the Italian situation.
Yeah, he's got a hairy chest, big knuckles, and
big chains. Yeah, he
talks about the mob.
Right, he's got not CGI, but like a prosthetic huge chest, and a wife beater. He looks like Tom Cruise at the end of Tropic Thunder,
Yeah,
he looks like that guy.
And halfway through the conversation, he fucking like beats his kids and punches his wife, and critics are like, it was a good movie, but I don't think I can recommend it.
Especially
there's this one moment that kind of ruins the whole thing.
Yeah, it was very Raging Bull-esque, just right in the middle.
Very Raging Italian-esque. I saw a lot of people leave the theater.
Yeah.
Because Raging Bull was a good character, was a great character model. This is like, I don't know whose idea this was, but maybe Stanley is not the genius we thought he was. Because if it was his idea, fuck him. If not, he really should have said no.
Yeah, his people should have, looked out for him a little bit more. But let's see.
And the whole Marvel universe collapses. Like, they stop making the movie. Like, this movie made $1 billion, and it's the precursor to one of the biggest movie crossover events forever. But we just got so much blowback from that Stan Lee cameo. We can't do it anymore. Like Infinity War, we're not even going to film it.
Yeah. No, they filmed Infinity War, but they don't have. They're not going to do Endgames. It was just a huge cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! All because of this. Hey, now listen to me, or whatever. And yeah.
Am I gonna throw some lasagna at you? Hey.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, mine along those lines of just. It's that specific scene. It just continues it a little bit because what he actually says is, "Marjorie, how you doing? How's your mother?" And all it does is just, there was lines that they got cut out, and he just goes, "Hey, Marjorie, speaking of car horns, how about you pop over and blow me?"
Yeah.
It's like, and then Marjorie.
Once again, he's a sexual deviant.
I know. It's like, but there's only so many things that are inappropriate.
I know.
Yeah, this is it's harder because we want to be creative. He can't be a Nazi every time. He can't be blowing a hobo every time. But as funny as those things are, and lastly, we got Thor Ragnarok. So
right. Oh yeah, this is the haircut.
Right. He's like, don't move now. My hands aren't as steady as they used to be.
Right.
Yeah. So what you got?
My first thought is in the big like Hulk Thor battle in the arena. It would be great if when Hulk bursts out, he's just like holding Stan Lee's limp body and just tosses it aside like he just finished killing him before this fight. And again, no one mentions it. No one says anything. And he and Thor get down to fighting.
Right.
And they don't even dress him up sci-fi. He's just wearing his own like his sweater vest and all that stuff.
Yeah, he's got his glasses are all shattered. Yeah. That's pretty good.
Or he's one of the bodies in the tunnel when Thor first meets Korg.
Right. Yeah. Just strewn about,
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, mine is along those same lines of in that same location, and Thor, it's his first time getting there, and he's meeting Korg, and Korg is introducing him to everything, and Korg just goes, "Hey, welcome, friend. We're all cool here. Just watch out for that old man. He wants me, him, and Meek to do a human centipede." And it cuts over
it's
to
inappropriate.
Say what? Yeah, what'd you say?
It's inappropriate.
Yep.
And Korg's like, we're gonna. Hey,
wait, he's into it. He's like, yeah, we're gonna.
Korg and Meek are into it. They're like, Thor, you want a piece of this?
There's no one says it has to stop at 3. Yeah, but it cuts over to Stan.
You see the third one? There's like a whole 20 people in there.
And Meek, he's only like a bug thing, so he barely counts.
Thor's just standing there for a second. He's like, maybe later.
Maybe. Oh, okay. I just got here. But,
You know, my home world is in danger, and, you know, my hammer's been destroyed. I could use some time to relax, but maybe after the fight.
Or, friend, you could, human centipede with the three of us. What do you think? Eh?
No, that's what I mean. I think it'd be very relaxing and really ease the stress, but maybe after the fight. We'll see how this fight goes.
Okay, sweet. But yeah, Stan Lee's got a little justification for it where he's like, come on, we combine our forces. They're the only way to beat the champion. So, like...
Oh, is this like a Voltron thing?
Yeah.
Sort of.
Heck, if it gets you on board, yes.
We'll win the fight because he won't want to fight.
Right, it's like...
He'll see it and just go, ugh.
On one side, the Hulk busts out and he's like, okay. And then and on the other side, we've got what is this? The human centipede. And it takes forever because they're all just shuffling real slow out of the tunnel.
Hulk comes out.
Oh, no. Oh, boy. He puts down his weird hammer and puts down his weird sword thing and just gives up.
Stabs himself.
Yeah. Hulk upset and just stabs his eyes out.
Hulk, never lose this image.
He cuts his eyes out and then he just jumps out of the arena into space.
And they grow back. He's just like for the rest of his life just trying to cut out his eyes over and over again.
Right,
they heal.
Yeah.
Isn't Hulk gonna help us with Infinity War? No. He's done.
He's dealing with some stuff. So there it is.
I like that very much.
All right, that is Inappropriate Stan Lee Cameos Phase 3 Part 1.